How does it go again?
My, oh, my.
My, oh,
No,
oh,
no,
my,
no,
my?
no, 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 no. My, oh, my.
Okay, I got it. Oh, my.
No, my, oh, my.
Okay.
Now on the big KTZZ, here comes the Spud man. He goes down easy. He calls to you, the social outcast. Yes, you who are rejected. He wants you, he needs you, he loves you. Now on the big KTZZ, here comes the Spud man.
From the bowels of KTZZ, direct from his command control center in Seattle, Washington, the man millions who are ambivalent about, ladies and gentlemen, the head cheese meister of Northwest. So, put on your safety belt and let's get ready to rumble. Whoa, here he is, Spud Goodman.
Greetings, I am in fact Spud Goodman, that's for the record. Welcome to my hoot nanny. That's right, we're gonna all have a swell time, I promise you. So unload the dishwasher, fire up the incense, and put the kids to bed, all right? Hey, please say hello to a man that needs no introduction. Yeah, this is a thrill for me. Please say hello to Mr. Dave Niehaus, voice of the Seattle Mariners. Very much appreciate you coming down here.
Nice to be here, Spud.
All right, super. Before we start this thing, though, I gotta tell you, I suffer from insomnia during the baseball season. Every time I try to get to sleep, from the deep recesses of my mind, I hear this booming voice, my, oh my, and it will fly away. I mean, it's like deep within my psyche. It's just really weird. Has anybody ever said that to you before?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they have. I've had husbands complain about it because their wives will not go to sleep until we're off the air. And people go a little crazy about that, my, oh my, and it will fly away and things like that. But, I'm kind of, I guess...
They're cool, let's face it.
Well, I don't know. I'm a very emotional announcer, let's put it that way. I mean, it really comes from the heart. It's not put on.
Do all the greats like you, Ernie Harwell, Vin Scully, have to have like a really cool signature expression? Because, is that like mandatory? Because the greats have one.
I always thought that the signature of any Major League Baseball announcer is probably his home run call. Mm-hmm. All the good ones, practically everybody has one. Mine is a little unique in the fact that it was indeed contrived. Mm-hmm. It was manufactured. J. Michael Kenyon, who used to be the beat writer for the PI.
Hey, we have him on our show. We used to have him on quite a bit.
Yeah, well, he's unbelievable, and still one of my best friends. He and I were driving down from the top of a mountain in Arizona spring training one year, and a rock group was singing "It Will Fly Away," and I said, Mike, that explains exactly what a home run does. And I didn't know if I had the guts to call it the next day in a spring training game, and 3 or 4 guys hit home runs, and I used "It Will Fly Away," and it took off like a bonfire. So I've been using it ever since.
I see. Do you have any like old signature expressions you could throw away? Because I don't have one, and that's probably why I'm a failure today, because I don't have a really cool signature expression. So if you could think about it, we're going to take a break here. If you have any old ones to toss my way, I'd be really grateful. All right, we're going to be back in a second. Do not go away. Mr. Dave Niehaus will be back. Thank you. Mail call time. This letter from Beth Rayford of Seattle. Dear Spud, don't worry so much about your hair falling out. Sure, some women go for guys with long flowing hair, but there are a few of us who don't mind balding losers. Well, Beth, you've made my year, maybe my decade. Got a very touching letter from a Bill Halato of Seattle. I thank you very much. And lastly, this from a Cindy Fearon of Renton. Dear Spud, after watching your show the last few months, I've come to a decision. Your family is really weird. I've always been embarrassed by mine until the Goodmans came along. Thank you for putting things into proper perspective. Well, Cindy, it's nice to know that something positive has come from such a sad situation. Keep the mail coming. There's also an email number at the end of the show in the credits. Thank you much. All right, I realize I said I would never set foot back into this dingy camper and who knows where. Are we still in the continental United States? Anyway, regardless, drastic times call for drastic actions, and I'm back.
Just because we said we hate your show, Spudge, doesn't mean that you're not welcome in our house. Take your shoes off and sit a bit.
Mother, what sounds good tonight? Raccoon or beaver? Estelia is locked and loaded.
Listen, don't point that thing at me, number one. And number two, I got the Nielsen ratings last week. And what is up? I thought we had a deal.
We wanted to watch your show, but Paul and Jan on TBN had Benny Hinn. We love Benny Hinn.
Look, I love Benny Hinn too, but the guy's on all the time. He has his own channel, the Benny Hinn Arena Tour channel. It's the Spud Goodman show that needs saving.
We called Benny's people that night, and we put a request in for your show, but they said this year that they weren't taking prayer requests for TV shows.
I'm in the mood for ferret stew.
Honey, I thought you wanted fondue. Anyway, Spinky, you think you're the only TV show that's bugging us? Have you ever heard of Evening Magazine and Northwest Afternoon? This Nielsen stuff is for the birds.
Okay, I'll go get us a couple of crows.
I want to stick in a couple in the freezer for me, because if this ratings thing doesn't pick up, I'm going to be looking for a free meal, all right?
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
To bring new life to rural communities and spread hope and opportunity among our nation's youth.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
Viva Las Vegas!
All right, thank you, Accordion Joe on the accordion. Now, Dave, who's the one greatest player you've seen on the field to this point? What do you say?
Believe it or not, and he's only been here 5 years, I think it's Ken Griffey Jr. Of all the George Bretts, Carl Yastrzemskis, all the greats. Maybe not, because I did see Mickey Mantle play, didn't see Joe DiMaggio play. I would probably, if you want to go way back to the 60s, probably Mickey Mantle, but Ken Griffey Jr. has the potential to be the greatest player that ever lived.
Is it too early with the Willie Mays comparisons?
Yes, I think so. I think so. And I think it's a little bit too early for the Barry Bonds comparisons, too, because of the 4 or 5 years difference in their age. But Griffey, at his age, has accomplished a heck of a lot more than Barry Bonds did at Griffey's 24 years of age.
But you know all those articles in the newspapers and magazine about the Seattle music scene?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
they're always about the guy band thing.
Right.
You know, they never mention a woman.
Right.
I mean, what's going on? It's so much male angst. I'm sick of it. I mean, look I'm a part of the Seattle scene. I write songs. I sing songs.
Right.
How come I
Kinda
can't get
stretch
any
there, but-
ink?
Well,
I mean,
maybe because the women in this town, including you, are maybe too well adjusted. I don't know.
Listen, what
Emotionally
about
healthy.
me? I'm just as screwed up as Kurt Cobain or Eddie Vedder. I mean, what is going on? Listen, I wrote this wonderful song last night while I was studying for my real estate exam, and I would really like to sing it if you don't mind. Could I debut it on the show? It's
Well,
so good, Spud. I got my own accompaniment today.
Do I have a choice here? No.
Well, I got a
That's what I
grunge boyfriend. Well, he's a wild thing. You know, we both wear black because it makes me look thinner. He's such a loser, makes me look like a winner. Yeah, my grunge boyfriend, he's in a band that plays around. I don't know where he came from, but they got Seattle sound. Oh,
Sorry about
yeah.
this, Mr. Niehaus.
You
Sorry,
might
I'm
call
enjoying
me
it.
a square. I work 9 to 5. My real estate job is bogus jive, but it's all worth the effort come Saturday night because we go to the clubs and it's so out of sight. He's in a band. Ooh, yeah, out of sight. Well, he's got dirty long hair, yeah, dirty big feet, a long list of problems.
Almost
He sets to a
completely
beat.
human.
We drink Jägermeister and we share a cigarette. Do the wild thing every chance we get. Oh, yeah.
Come
He's in a
on.
band. Well, his
sister.
obscure rhymes are not easy to forget. Someday we think his band will be performing at the Met. Yeah, delusions of grandeur make life so wild. Get yourself a grunge boyfriend before they're out of style. He's in a band.
Super. I want to thank you very much. That's my
He's in a
sister.
band.
That's my sister Sophia.
All right.
Okay, super. Have a seat. Can
Real
I-
estate.
Okay,
As,
super.
as we might say in the baseball business, give her 4 wide.
Yeah.
Thank
and
Send her
that-
to first base. Give her
Thank
one.
Could you
you
say
very
the
much.
word, the infamous yacker for that?
That was
was a
an
yacker.
infamous
Thank
yacker.
you.
Hey, let's have a reality check here, Spud. It's time to give up that stupid dream that C-SPAN is going to call and ask you to host a foreign affairs show. It just ain't gonna happen.
Okay, if you want to get some pub, then why don't you get arrested, all right? Okay, super. Let's get back to this now. Do you like
that's a good
do
idea.
you have like a preference for TV over radio? Because I bet on radio you can like order a pizza, have a couple beers, you know. I mean,
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I prefer radio over TV.
that's what I was thinking.
You can lie a lot on radio. You can't lie on TV.
You could also eat like gummy bears and like use your hand as a toothpick, like on TV. Probably couldn't do that.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Now
Mama done told me, son, Mama done told me.
And so do you use this, is it part of what you do for a living, or do you have another day job?
Well, actually, to be totally frank, there's not a lot of bread in what I do. I don't know. This is yours, Spud, from Redmond High. Isn't that neat? From 1972, the junior varsity wrestling team. I want to thank you, Redmond, from the bottom of my heart.
Enough of this mail order thing. Spud Goodman t-shirts are now available at all Tower Record stores. I'm not talking about the bootleg ones you find at swap meet. So, rush on down and demand your official Spud Goodman t-shirt. You know, they make great gifts. Potluck parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, you name it, you'll get it. But remember this, when you're wearing this shirt, this guy is the most misunderstood man on TV.
Joe Accordion or Accordion Joe, I thought we had an agreement here. You've not held up your end of the bargain.
I've tried. I've really tried. But Spud is causing all of his problems. Our producer, director, even our camera people.
The deal was you keep him in line. No more displays of unprofessional behavior, no more remarks about Dan Lewis, no more using KTZZ as a vehicle to get Cindy Reinhardt in the sack.
I know. I know. But what can I do? What else can I do? Spud won't listen to me. He's like a runaway train.
I suggest you derail that runaway train. If you have any hope of getting your own infomercial here on this station, you're going to get the job done. Get that man under control.
I really want to do that infomercial. It's been a dream of mine. And I don't care what product I'll be pushing. I just want to do my own infomercial.
I'll get back to you. Now, if you excuse me, I have some important people I'd like to meet with.
I really want my own infomercial.
Please don't grovel. I am so sick of people groveling in my office. Leave before I have to call security.
Anything you say, Miss Stratton. But I really want my own infomercial.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
A deadly surprise to the pilots flying the P-36s and P-40s in the Pacific.
Mr. Niehaus, I must ask you, how tough was it during the arduous years?
Not very.
Not very tough?
Not very tough. George is very good to me. It's been tough. Well, let me give you an idea how tough it's been. And this, I'm beginning my 18th year this year. I could go 162-0, 2 straight years, and still not be at the 500 level. And you know, as a matter of fact, Brian Gumpel once asked me to go on the Today Show several years ago and explain how to broadcast losing baseball. I said, go down and see Jerry Coleman in San Diego, because they were struggling, and that was before 1984, however, when they won it. But it's not hard. It's not hard to broadcast losing baseball if you're a real baseball fan.
Well, I guess I was making the comment, you know, Mr. Arduous wasn't real popular around this town, and I always saw him as kind of like the Mr. Drysdale in the Beverly Hillbillies, because Major Chief, you know, I mean, does he like secretly own the San Diego Padres right now with that 11 million team payroll?
No, he didn't, but remember he tried to trade the Seattle Mariners for the San Diego Padres not too many years ago.
That's right.
And,
you sure he's not giving them some business advice?
One thing that George Arduous did not do was ever threaten to move this ball club. He sold it to Jeff Smulyan, but he never threatened to move the ball club.
That's true. That is true. I have to admit that. I give you that.
Spud, my son, can I just interject here for a second? You know, I've stumbled upon something that could change even your love life around.
Yeah.
You know, you've probably seen these ads and these little signs on the road for thigh cream, you know, the stuff that burns away the cottage cheese.
Right, yeah, I do, Dad.
Okay, you know, not long ago I was up in the attic, got out your old chemistry set and started fooling around, and you know what? I came up with a new improved version. The results are amazing.
Dad, do you know that that people have a patent on the thigh cream stuff?
Nah.
Spud, your inner child is really in need of a spanking.
Women are beating the door down to get their hands on me.
How much you charging for that stuff? How much you charging for that stuff?
Charging? Charging? What the hell do you think I am, an extortionist? I'm giving this stuff away free of charge. I'll tell you, it's done wonders for my dance card.
Now, does this stuff make thighs actually smaller? Seriously?
Smaller?
It worked on me.
Smaller? What are you talking about? We're talking bigger. Way bigger.
Bigger.
This stuff is truly amazing.
That's great. Okay, but is it permanent? Do you have to apply it every 10, 15 minutes?
Well, it depends on the appendage. I would think in your case you'd probably have to use it around the clock.
Okay.
You know, this stuff could have saved your marriage.
Yeah, fine, Dad. I think I get the hint. Save me a couple jars after this, all right? Mr. Niehaus, how important is an outdoor stadium to the future of Major League Baseball in Seattle? What do you think?
I think that if they don't get an outdoor stadium by 1998, the Seattle Mariners are very much in jeopardy of not being in Seattle. I think they must.
I'm upset about that, if that's
I
true.
know, I know. But not only an outdoor stadium, you can't have an outdoor stadium in Seattle. You have to have some kind of a retractable roof. And I don't know how many times a year that would be open, but you have to be protected. But they have got to get a new stadium. The Kingdome is not a baseball stadium. There are only about 12 or 13,000 real good seats for baseball there.
Well, I got a question for you. This is off the record. Now, when you work with Ken Levine, I had to ask this. When you were dealing with a blowout, did he ever like whip out the laptop computer and pound out a couple cheer scripts? You know, just this is off the record.
Completely off the record?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Spudkins, my pumpkin, you do realize the disgusting habits of your father are probably genetic. That would explain your excessive practice of self-gratification.
But do you ever find yourself doing like play-by-play announcing inadvertently, like at the dinner table, on the freeway, or at the movies?
Usually when I'm sitting on the John reading the morning
There you
paper.
go. That can happen.
Yeah.
I understand
Yeah.
that. All right. Well, right now I think we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back. Do not go away, please. And we'll be back with some more stuff. We got stuff, don't we? We got stuff. Yes, listen.
I know.
Live music production and sound reinforcement for the Spud Goodman Show were provided by Tracking Station. For information, call 206-292-1413. Tracking Station, the finest in local sound production. Do you have a need for really useless stuff? Bumper stickers, cheesy Xerox photos of Spud and his family? Are you willing to fly the Spud Goodman colors publicly? Will you accept the consequences? If so, send a self-addressed stamped envelope and we'll send you this junk for free. Address your request to Friends of Spud, care of KTZZ, 945 Dexter Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98109. Musical guests of the Spud Goodman Show are coordinated by Craig Ferguson of the OK Hotel. Great music, great food and drink, great place. The OK Hotel. Mention Accordion Joe's name and get a warm handshake from the doorman.
Vin Scully is a god, and for his age, he has quite a bod. Vin Scully's voice soothes me. Vin Scully's voice is like herbal tea. This man is a national treasure, of which no mortal can measure, except maybe Dave Niehaus.
This is the Spud Goodman Show. This is the Spud Goodman Show. It's great.
Spud, Jerry is ready to give his predictions for 1994.
Yeah, like people are really interested in a hunk of Balsa Wood's Gene Dixon shtick? I don't think so. I really don't.
Jerry's been consulting with Greg, the Ancient Inca Warrior, and the two of them have some pretty amazing predictions.
Yeah, okay, I can hear the remotes clicking right now, but the ratings can't go any lower, so what the heck, just do it. Just get it over with. Move it, move it, move it.
Go ahead, Jerry. Spud says it's okay. Like I care what that gerbil says. Okay, my first prediction is that Cindy Reinhardt will quit Northwest Afternoon and become a professional bull rider. She will earn a comfortable living. Eddie Vedder will join the Church of Scientology and become a happy person. Pearl Jam will lose his recording contract. Greg, the Ancient Inca Warrior, also has some predictions.
Well, can you move it? Compare
Larry Schick will join the Hair Club for Men and get his old show back with King. Jeff Renner will be transferred to the 6 a.m. weekend newscasts. Roseanne will divorce Tom Arnold and marry Raymond Burr. When she realizes he is dead already, she will have the marriage annulled.
All right, Sue, I want to thank you. I apologize for that, Mr. Niehaus. All right, one last, I got to ask you, long-term career goals, like 20 years down the road, and do not mention the R word, retirement, because the people of Seattle, the fans of Seattle, will never, ever be able to adjust to some hotshot rookie coming in here trying to fill your shoes. Never, ever mention the R word, okay? I just want to get that out, fine. Long-term career goals, what are they?
Short-term career goals are to broadcast a World Series game.
It's coming.
Involving the Seattle Mariners. Long-term career goals are to do 4 or 5 in a row.
Thank you very much.
Spud, Soundgarden has asked me to play on their next album. I told them I would if you could come too and hang out. They went and got Stan Borson instead.
All right, Mr. Niehaus, again, I just want to tell you this has been very special.
My pleasure.
Very
Spud,
special.
my pleasure.
Okay, this is Spud Goodman. Be all you can be, and I mean that. God bless and ciao. Once again, the Ghetto Children.
Check it.
Mellow is the flow and like a pro is how I throw down. Don't think that I'm a hoe, but I need stank on my hang down. One of my flaws, I love to gaze at the jaws of the chicks as they pass me. Can't help it, I'm nasty. Strive to overcome it, I won't plummet to this frailty. Gotta reach my summit, and I refuse to fail. G, great is good, I strive for, definitely to die for. Uplift the race, and best believe I try more techniques than many, but my strength is in my rhyme flow. Wanna stack my pennies, but this Nubian ain't for show. So if you're down, then be down. But please don't try to front on me. I have no antagonist. No one tries to run on me. But even if they try, don't doubt I pack a wallop. I smack a booty poot from here to Puyallup. Well, yeah, that's kinda corny, but I got my own flavor. Check this out, y'all. The behavior is all ghetto, and it's like that.
You know, and it's like this, because I'm coming up on the mic, you reminisce about a god or somebody in that nature. I am in the house, and if I want to, I'll debate ya. If you do not like it, I will mic it, cause I am the best. I am the one who speaks true words, and I manifest everything that I say. You know it's predictable, I'm hotter than heck, and I'm dope, and I'm down below, sticking hoes. Not, cause that's not the way that I do it. I'm like a Jewett, I get quiet, but then I riot up in the form, and I'm passing it to my man. Whoever wants the mic, grab it, cause that's the plan.
Spelling out my name with the numbers in the alphabet. Do stash 19, 5, 12, 6 in the mix. The GC always top picks to rocks the shows. Me and my bros bring mad thick beats and rhymes, freestyles. So I got a surplus. Step into the party, making competition nervous because it's like that in the 9-quad season. That's the reason for the treason. And yes, I believe in doing things my own ghetto way. Yes, it's ghetto-rific. Yo, truth, come down if you will.
Check it on the microphone, coming real filthy. I'm not alone, I got 3 bad brothers to the right of my person. I'm not missing, I'm not the lurching. The man in the Addams Family skit. I'm just freaking it, but I'm not DOS Effects.
Okay, enough music, okay? I, Jeff Larson, was not given the opportunity to be on tonight's show, but I just want to take this opportunity to respond to this letter that I received from a viewer from Enumclaw, Washington. And it frightens me, folks. This person slammed me and the greatest living American, Rush Limbaugh, and it's a scary thing that a community, a wonderful, patriotic, conservative community such as Enumclaw could be infiltrated by the cancer of liberalism. Folks out there in Enumclaw, we can do it, folks. I make house calls. I'll come to you and we'll exorcise this liberal out of your community. Okay, maybe it's just an isolated case, but we can do it. God bless Rush Limbaugh and God bless America.